Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Cat6 Ethernet cable. We're going to be using this roll of wire, some wire cutters, wire strippers, a crimper tool, and then the connection ends. So let's get started. I'm going to start off by taking an end of my wire and these wire strippers, and I'm going to use the bigger hole here. I'm just going to put the wire into it. There's a little blade that goes around when you spin it, and it'll cut the outer coating. Alright, now we can just break it off and then peel it away. And so this is what the inside of our wire looks like. Alright, so we're going to peel these away. And on the inside there's this plastic casing that keeps all the wires together. We're just going to cut that off. And then there's also this pole wire we're also going to cut off because we don't need it. Alright, and then after that I'm going to untwist these wires. Okay, now that all these wires are untwisted, I'm going to go ahead and use my fingernails to straighten them out. Okay, now that they're all straightened out, I'm going to start putting them in the right order. Now there's two different color codes we can go by. The one I like to use is white, orange, orange, white, green, blue, white, blue, green, white, brown, brown. So I'm just going to line them up in that order. And it usually takes a second because the wires have their own places that they're going to want to go in, and they're going to try to fight you a little bit, but you just got to try to straighten them out as you go to your best ability, and they'll stick eventually. Alright, so now that I've got them together and all straightened out, I'll try to zoom in on the focus here. There we go, so you can see it a little bit better. Alright, so I'm going to take this excess wire that we don't need, and I'm just going to cut it right off. Alright, and then I'll take one of my connectors. And it's important to have that tab on the bottom as you put it in. So you got to try to just squeeze them in there and make sure they don't come out of place. And shove it all the way in. Alright, and then we'll double check our colors. And it looks good to me, so I'm going to take my crimper tool and I'm going to put it in the bigger hole and squeeze it down. And there we go. The wires won't come out. And we've got one end done. So now I'm going to start on the other end. I'm going to take my wire strippers and I'm just going to put it on and wind it around a couple times. Break off the outer shell. Alright, cut off the pole wire. Peel all these wires back so I can get to the inner plastic piece and cut it off. Alright, get rid of it. And start unwinding all the wires. Alright, now that they're all unwound, I'm going to straighten them out with my fingernails. Alright, now that they're all straight, I'm going to start lining them up in the correct color code. And then straightening them together as I go so they stay in place a little bit better. Alright, now that they're all straight, I'm going to double check, make sure they're all in the right order, and it looks good to me. Alright, now I'm going to grab my cutters and cut off the excess wire. Alright, now that I've got it all straightened out and cut, I'm going to go ahead and put it into the connector. Make sure the tab is on the bottom. Double check my colors now that it's in there. Alright, looks good. Grab my crimper tool, put it into the right hole, and then squeeze it down. Alright, and that looks good to me too. So we've got both ends done, and then the wire is complete. Now to test the wire, they make wire testers you can buy. I don't have one on me, but another way I like to just test it is you can plug it into a router and then plug it into your computer, and if it connects to the network, then you're good to go.